I'm going to start the recording now. Okay, good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday, November 24th, 2020 at 7 p.m. and this is a meeting of the Advisory Committee. First of all, happy almost Thanksgiving to everyone, and thanks again for joining this week. So we have two items tonight, or two transfer requests, and I am going to share my screen just so that we can all be on the same page. The first one is oh, whoops, sorry, that's the wrong document. Hold on a sec. I mean, that's the right document, but the wrong doesn't have the transfer on it. Hold on. Can you see that?
Yeah, the print's small. Okay, I got it.
Okay, great. So this is amount requested of $528, and it's a transfer for the purpose of paying the extra amount of our workers' compensation audit adjustment. So basically, just for background, what happens is every year the town has a certain amount that they're paying in for workers' compensation insurance, which we get through, you see that MIIA, that's the Massachusetts Interlocal Insurance Association.
Yep.
And that group does an audit of all of our payroll to make sure that they've adjusted based on, wages and risk factors. Obviously, like the risk factor for a DPW employee is different than the risk factor for a library employee. And after they do that, that's what the audit is. There may be an adjustment in the premium that is owed. And so there's an adjustment. We need to add $528 in order to pay for the adjustment. So are there any questions about that?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
I make a motion that we approve.
I'll second that.
Okay, and that's in the amount of $528. All right, so I will just do a quick roll call. Craig,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Ann,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
and Brian is yes. Okay, great. So I will share the next one. Thank you. All right, can you all see that?
Yes.
All right, so this is an amount of $3,184.35, and it is to pay for unemployment insurance claims. I don't know if other people are familiar with the unemployment insurance system, but there's two basic ways that employers can participate. One is to pay a quarterly assessment, which goes into an unemployment trust fund. And the other is called the reimbursable method, where basically you pay when there's a claim that you have to pay. And according to our town treasurer, we do an analysis of which financing method is really more cost effective and less expensive for the town. And it continues to be the reimbursable method, but it does mean that there can be greater fluctuations in any given year. And so basically what's happening here is there've been part-time employees who are still employed by the town, but they have lost employment elsewhere. And so they're able to file a claim, and we have to pay a percentage of that. So the total amount, because there's nothing left in it right now, the total amount is $3,184.35. Any questions about that?
So, go ahead, Bob.
I was just going to ask, could this be an ongoing thing where every month, Craig is going to ask the same question, we get a bill?
No, so my understanding of the charge that we get is they figure out how much the person is owed based on how long they've worked for us and also how long their benefits will last. So we get a charge from the state, which is basically projecting out what the entire amount would be. So if we do get other claims, they would be for other people, not for these people. And then Kristen did mention, as you can see, that they're also contesting an additional $1,700 in fraudulent charges. I don't know if other folks have heard, but like municipalities across the Commonwealth have been really dealing with a lot of unemployment fraud claims. So I'm glad that they're contesting them, but it means that sometimes it's money that you have to pay and then try to claw back after the fact.
How does that get adjudicated? I mean, how do we find out whether they're fraudulent or not?
I think the Division of Unemployment Assistance has folks that are adjudicating that, and Kristen would be, our town treasurer would be the primary point of contact with that. I would guess that if it gets, if it were to be of a certain magnitude, we might actually get the lawyers involved too, but at this point, the amount's $1,700, so what would you pay?
So these are people who so they're checking it in case they are filing improper claims.
Like, so basically what'll happen is, Kristen might get a notice saying employee X, who's an actual employee, has filed a claim, and then she'll check with them and say, hey, did you file a claim? And they're like, no. And then it turns out that somehow their information has been used by, a bad actor to file a claim.
Okay.
Okay, so is there a motion to approve?
We approve that transfer request.
Okay,
Seconded.
all right, and I'll do a roll call. Craig,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Ann,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
and me, yes. Okay, all right, before I let you go, I was just saying to Bob, we should be getting binders from Jenny Jacobson in the next week or so that have all the budgets printed out and included. And then I'll be scheduling a meeting at some point in December where we do like our high level run through of everything. And I'll also be sending out probably toward the end of December a schedule of all of our meetings with the department heads for the new year. So we're going to continue to do Tuesdays. And actually, let me just take a quick look. So if we had to have a meeting on Tuesday, the 22nd of December, would people be available for that? Or should we do the 29th?
22nd's fine with me.
Yeah, 22nd would be better for me.
It works for me too.
If it works for everybody else, I'll make it work here.
Okay. All right, well then we'll plan on the 22nd for our high level overview. And then I'll follow up with the schedule for early January.
When do we get the binders?
So I think it'll probably be within the next like 7 to 10 days.
Okay. All right. So we'll have that before the meeting.
Yep.
On the 20th. Okay.
For sure.
Should we
A lot
expect?
of- Go ahead.
Should we be expecting to drive to the center of town to get them, or are they going to be mailed off, or are they going to be sent to us and we print them out ourselves?
There'll definitely be hard copies. I don't know. I haven't talked to Jenny yet about how she plans to give them out. My guess is probably pick them up, make an appointment and pick them up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, well, unless anybody has anything else, is there a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
I second it.
All right. Is anybody not in favor?
Oh, no.
Great. All right. Well, thank you all so much again on short notice, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
You too.
Good night.
Thanks. Ellen.
Bye.
Bye.